Lenny was messing with my mother until I was 3 years old. He was the only father I knew. Then Lenny left and I had two other father figures in my life. I have no idea who my real dad is. My mother never told me anything. She died 2 years ago. I should have had a father figure in my life. Someone to teach me not to use drugs. Someone to teach me how to love someone. That know how to love. Where I had a messed up life. And some of my kids are gone because of it. I just want to know where I came from. I was a black sheep in the family.
Please welcome Lenny to the show. So, please tell me, Lenny, why is this DNA test important to you?
Well, it gives me closure.
Yeah.
And most importantly, it gives her closure.
I hear that. Tell me about your relationship with Shamel.
Well, we had an up and down relationship, you know. I cut her off one time. This is the second time cutting her off. But when you disrespect, I'm old-fashioned. When you be disrespectful as a kid, you know, I'll cut you off. You gotta show. I was raised to show respect for your elders, and I think I want her to do the same, as well. But I met her mother back in the '80s. We met at a bar going out, and she got pregnant. She said it was my baby, and then she said it was the other guy's baby. So I still stuck with him till she was 3 years old. Then after 3 years old, the mother kicked me out. I guess she wanted to pursue somebody else.
Yeah. So at 3 years old is when you stopped having a relationship with Shamel?
Yeah.
Okay then. And how long were you in? Did you come back into Shamel's life?
Yes, I did. I came back in her life, and then
And at what age?
about 40.
When she was 40.
Yeah.
So between 3 and 40, you weren't in her life.
I wasn't in her life. I met her on Facebook. I had old pictures, and I met her on Facebook, and I friended her. And wow, but I can go back to that. I met her. I friended her. She friended me back, and she asked me, "Who are you?" And you know, 3 years old, you're supposed to know who raised you.
Yeah.
But you know, she been through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So I asked her if I could be your potential father. And then we met up. I took her out to dinner. She suckered me and buying the chain. And then I bought her a chain.
And what happened to the chain you bought her?
Well, the chain that I bought her, she called. She said her boyfriend snatched it off of her and it broke. And she wanted me to buy another one. So I bought her another one.
Okay.
You know, she's a girl, you know.
Okay.
So I bought her another one. After that, I said, no more buying chains.
Okay.
You're going to lose chains like that no more.
Okay. Did Shamel ever visit you in Florida?
No, they attempted to visit me in Florida, her and her mother, and Miss Shamil. But I told them, how did that look like? I was married at the time. My ex-girlfriend, my daughter, and my wife. I said, oh no, that won't work.
So what did Shamel say about your ex-wife?
Oh, at the time, me and my ex-wife was bickering and stuff like that. We didn't get along, and you know, you talk to your kids about it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she went and said, well, get the B out. And that's when I got upset, even with the drama she was giving me, and that, when it comes, you don't even know the lady.
Yeah.
So you just don't come out your mouth like
Okay,
that.
then, yeah.
That's my wife.
Yeah.
You know, so I cut her off, that's when I cut her off again.
So you cut her off again, and how long did y'all stop talking after that?
Oh, it's been like 4 or 5 years. All the drama, disrespect. She met my son.
Yeah.
Finally met my son, and they hit it off. But she went the second time, and it had something to do with another chain again.
Oh, okay.
Another chain again. I didn't buy that one.
Yeah.
I stuck to my word.
Okay, so, but something happened again where a chain was...
The chain was stuck because they got in this argument. He said he going to keep the chain, and he kept the chain. So she calls me later and says, tell your son, if you don't give me that chain, you got to put it out your mouth, out of your pocket. And that's when I said, who are you talking to?
Oh, yeah.
You know, you don't disrespect me like that again. Even with the drama, too, I ain't up to it. I mean, I'm 62 years old.
So when was the last time you spoken to Shamel?
4 months ago.
Yeah. Okay, then, well, I think it's time to hear from Shamel. And so, everyone, please welcome Shamel to the show so we can hear her side of the story. Hi, Shamel.
Hi, how you
doing?
doing?
Thank you for being here. So, how do you feel about what was just said?
You know what? You're a messy man. You can't talk about me. because you ain't living a good life. Thank you very much. You say that I'm the reason my mother died? Where was you when I buried my mother? You was nowhere around when I had to take her out of my house and see my mother dead. You was nowhere, so you don't not say I'm the reason my mother is gone.
Did you say that she's the reason her mother died?
No,
Died?
somebody told me that.
And did you repeat it to her?
No, I did not repeat it to her.
Okay. So why do you think that he thinks that you're the reason your mother passed?
Because it was told to me by someone.
Got it.
You think people ain't gonna tell me what you're saying about me? Yes, they are.
See how she acted? See how she said that's drama.
And this is what you're saying that.
This is what I don't need.
Okay.
And when she talk about getting my life together, your life ain't
together.
You gotta get
messy.
yours together.
You're messy.
If I'm messy, then
You're messy.
why I'm in your life?
You're messy. Thank you very much. You don't take care of your own
Why?
child. A father doesn't
I got
turn
3 kids.
anything for somebody.
I got 3.
You don't take care of your own child.
I got 3 to
Be a
buy.
real, it takes a real man to be a father.
I take
You
care
have
of
to be
my-
a daddy.
Can I ask you a
You're a
question?
daddy.
Shamel.
Poopon.
I got
Shamel.
a 41-year-old
Shamel.
son. I got a 27-year-old daughter.
Okay.
And her.
Okay.
I don't take care of my kids. I've been in my kids' life since
So
they were little,
Shamel,
just like you.
when you first reconnected with Lenny, was there any good?
No, there wasn't.
There wasn't. So
He was
it's
a
been-
baby. You wouldn't know.
So when you reconnected older, did you have a good relationship at all?
No, I did not.
Okay then.
He chose women over me.
Okay.
Who does that?
Do you have any memories of Lenny from your childhood?
No, I don't. I know what I was told.
Got it. Okay.
If I choose women over you, how come I came back into your life?
Yeah, whatever. That's why he stayed out my life, because that lady didn't like our relationship. You poopon.
You know what? You got a man that loves you, even he don't know if you're the father or not in your life, and you should run with that.
I shouldn't run with nothing.
Instead of-
I was told 2 other men played a role in my life that I know about. Thank you very much,
Then
poopon.
why you bring me here then? If you know
Because
about
I
it.
want clarity. I think it's best for me to know the truth. Me and my kids. Poopon.
Girl, what is poopot? What is that? What's
That's a
that?
deadbeat. Somebody that want people to take care of them. They don't take care of their children.
And you call him what?
A poopon.
A poopot? Did your mother ever tell you that, because I just heard you say out of your own mouth that you said your mother said there could be 2 other men?
Yes, there were kids.
And I didn't even know that.
You didn't know that either.
No.
So you didn't know. Okay. So there could possibly be other men that you're finding out today.
Yeah.
That could be. Okay. And what happened during your first meeting with Lenny? Tell me.
He came from Florida. We went to the mall. We went to dinner. We had a good time. Then after that, we stopped talking.
Okay.
Tell him about the chain.
He bought a chain.
Okay.
Somebody robbed my purse and took it.
And
Yeah.
then who got upset?
I got upset.
Thank you.
Okay. 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 And so because you got upset, he distanced himself.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Did you ever have issues with Lenny's wife? Because he said you did before.
Yes, I did, because she didn't like our relationship.
Got it. Okay. And that's a trigger for you. I can
Yes,
tell.
it is.
Yes, I can tell.
But you
Okay.
didn't know her.
Whatever, she still is a hoe.
You didn't know her. You
She's
called.
a hoe. She
See
tried
that?
to come between
That's what I'm talking
me. Oh, well. You ain't with her now. Ha, ha, ha.
So you said earlier you have a son named Milton. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay then. And how did you and Lenny's son Milton connect?
Because this ex-wife, she Facebooked me and said he wanted to get connection with me.
Okay, got it. And what's going on between you and Lenny's son now?
We are good brothers and sisters. We have a good relationship.
Okay. Okay. Cool. We
took
saw.
the chain.
Okay. That's the one with the chain. That's the one you were talking
so
about
he took her
earlier.
chain.
Okay.
It
That's
doesn't
the-
matter. We're still talking.
Then
We're
why
still
you
brother
wait-
So
and
that's the one you said
sister.
earlier. Took the chain.
Then
Okay.
why am I here?
So we saw the tape earlier about what you had to say regarding this DNA situation, but you also told our producers something else that my producer told me that you want me to take a look at. Okay, let me see it.
Lenny, my secret is, me and Milton are together. He is the love of my life. I love him. He knows how to be a man. I'm praying that you are not my father, Lenny, because you raised a good man, someone I love. You can accept that we're together and get over it, because we're gonna continue to be together. Nobody can come in our way.
Okay, Lenny, we're gonna take that in together. So your potential brother and you have been dating?
We don't know about being sisters and brothers. We've lost touch with each other after 3 years old. We just came back in touch with each other 40 years.
Yeah. So where's Milton now? Where's Milton?
He's in prison.
Milton's in prison. Okay. Okay. So what will happen if it turns out that Lenny is your father? Are you going to end your relationship with?
Yeah, we are. We're still gonna be brothers and sisters.
Okay. My producers put something here that they wanted me to read. What is it's they're telling me right now it's a letter from Milton.
You know you just ruined somebody's life.
Hold on.
You better be sure.
Hold on. Milton wrote a letter. Oh, he wrote this through JPay to my producers. Milton, he said, this is yesterday. He said, Grand Rising, stand up because my baby Shamel is a piece of work, but she does mean well, awesome woman with great intentions. And if you please have patience with her, calling you guys, I'll be calling you guys later about the show upon my release. She's gonna be taking me, so upon the release, y'all have planned for you to take him in? So, did you get his name tattooed on you?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Who's the poo-pah now?
You're the poop too!
Yeah.
I'm his rider. And I stand by him looking flashy and make him always look good.
You got this tattoo this week?
Yes, I sure enough did.
Okay. Do you see your brother?
I don't see him as he's my brother.
You don't see him as your brother. Okay, you see him as.
We was not raised together.
So you don't see him as that.
Pictures together.
Okay then. Have you two been intimate?
No, we have not.
You have not been intimate.
No.
Okay. Okay. But you want to have a relationship, which means you want these to come out that he is not your father.
Yes.
But if it does come back that he's your father, what are you going to do with the fact that you have your brother's name tattooed on you now?
He's not my father.
But your brother's name? Before Milton, you wanted Lenny to be your father.
I don't want Lenny to be my father. He's a poop pot. He ain't been in
Well,
my
not
life.
anymore, but like I just watched what you said. When you came back and you went to dinner with him, you wanted him to be your father.
Because that's what I was told. I want the clarity for me and my kids.
She's just doing this because I cut her off for being disrespectful.
Yeah.
No, because you're talking about my mother is the reason I'm dead.
Me and your mother
I'm the
been
reason my
together
mother's
13
dead.
years.
Let's get it right. Okay? Thank you very much.
Well, I can imagine
I'm
why,
not the
because
reason
look at
my
the
mother's
drama
dead.
you're doing now.
My mother wanted to be buried, not cremated. Thank you very much.
Well, I didn't find out about your mother through Facebook.
You still didn't come to her funeral. You still wasn't there when I had to see her go out my house dead.
Okay, girl, this messy, girl. Because either way, this either gonna be your, girl, this. I mean, because let's be real. Either way, this about to be your father or your father-in-law, girl, and I ain't got time. So, girl, let's get to this DNA results, girl. All right, so Shamel, and this is the DNA truth. If this is your father, about to be your father-in-law, girl, this is yours to open, girl. Let me let you find out.
Like I said, I need my clarity.
Girl, we all need clarity, girl.
Girl,
we all need the clarity. We right there with you, girl. Let's find out together.
Hallelujah! You ain't my father! You ain't my father! Yes, yes, yes! I got my clarity! I'm gonna be with my man! I'm going by his side! I'll make him the slide!
Thank you.
Okay, good job. Well, listen, I'm glad you got your clarity, okay? Sir, I'm glad you got your clarity, too.
Yes, indeed. Thank God.
Hey, help your son get some clarity as well, okay?
Yeah, I'll be.
He don't need clarity. He don't do nothing for his man.
I'll be talking with him.
I do everything. He don't take care of his son. His son don't want nothing to do with
calls
him.
me all the time.
Thank you very much.
hear you.
You're
All right.
a deadbeat. Deadbeat.
My son calls me all the time.
Poopon.
My son calls me all the
Like
time.
I said, poopon. Like I said, poopon.
Both of my kids call me all the
Yeah,
time.
just like he told me. You said I'm the reason my mother died. He don't want to do with you. Ha ha ha.
Okay, well, listen, everybody.
Why he Jake me all the time? He Jake me all the time.
Whatever.
Well, I gotta close out the show, so take a seat for me, okay? All right, well, everyone.
He calls me all the time.
Thank you for being with us. Make sure to come back next time, friends, so we can keep talking and growing. I do love you all. Now, I just want to make sure y'all know, because a lot of people watch these shows and they like, are the people stage? Y'all not paid actors, right?
No.
No, y'all are not. Y'all, this was actually a culture show, and this is actually your son who wrote us from
Free
JPay.
my man, free my man.
Free my man.
I really don't think baby Christina is my son's daughter. There is no connection. The child always screaming when I pick her up, like I did something to her, like I hurt her or something. I mean, she's pushing my face and she don't even want to look me in the eye or nothing. She's turning her whole body like this. No baby ain't supposed to act like that towards their grandmother. I don't get it. Diamond does not deserve to be in a relationship with my son. He can do a whole lot better than her. I can't really say she's a hoe. I never seen her out on the corner. But I can tell you this much, she's lazy. You don't want me to say the word. You can't change a HO to a housewife. My son called me and told me that she took his child to another man's house, her other baby daddy. Huh? Now what kind of mama would take another man's child to another man's house? My question is you telling him he's her daddy? Bitch, I really don't think that's his baby. Mama ain't raised no damn fool. I ain't about to let him sit there and play no lollipop and sucker all these years, just go on taking care of her and her 4 children when allegedly one is supposed to be his. Please. My son Chris is a good kid. That's my job, to protect him. And that's what I'm gonna do. So Miss Diamond, you better have your together.
Oh, she had a lot to say. Okay. Listen, I got some questions for Marianne, so I'd like to go ahead and bring her on out. Everyone, please welcome Marianne to the show. How are you, Marianne? You look beautiful.
Well, thank you. Absolutely.
Nice to meet you.
You.
Marianne, come on. How you look so gorgeous and got that mouth? I heard what you said. Okay. Why do you think that Christina acts differently around you?
You know what? I would like to know why she act differently around me. Miss Thing, I mean...
Not Miss Thing.
Yes. Miss Thing should really dig harder into who her baby daddy is. Because my grandkids, they love me. Mm-hmm. All my grandkids, we look alike. Yeah. We all look just alike. We got the high cheekbones. Now, my son was born with a big old head, okay? When I say big, I mean it's like a big mountain on the back of his head, okay? So all his kids was born with that, mountain on the back of their head. Okay. Down to the females. And it's kind of sad when the females have the big head too. Mm-hmm. But they do. Yeah. But this baby, no big head. Mm. The head is not, that rock is not there.
So let me be clear, because they're still together, right?
Unfortunately.
Okay. Unfortunately, but that means that you're calling your son's girlfriend a hoe.
Listen, I wrote the book on hoes, okay? Okay.
Tell me about chapter 1. What's in this book you wrote, okay?
Let me tell you something. Okay, there's a saying, okay? Be a cook in the kitchen, a lady in the street. You can't show your thighs to every guy you meet. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I think we all just learned chapter 1 and 2 and 3, okay? There's this brother right here. You got it. Well, listen, I think it's time to talk to Diamond and get her side of the story. So everyone, please welcome Diamond to the show. Hi, Diamond. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. First and foremost, what just confuses me about this whole situation right here, is hear her talk all this nonsense back there. First and foremost, I don't have any brothers. My sister's relationships that they've been in, I called them my brothers, for one. For two, never left the house for no 3 days to go get no bread and never came back. That's for 2. And for 3, this is the problem now. He's a mama's boy. You stay in everybody's business. I don't lay down with her.
Yeah.
I don't stay with her.
Yeah.
I have my own crib. I stay in my own apartment. Why are you always into our situation? And for Chris to be calling this mother, trying to make it seem like I'm just out here just being this hoe.
Yeah.
Dang,
yeah.
I'm so confused. Where this hoe at?
But right there, boo. Okay.
Where's this hoe?
So what are you hoping will happen with these results today? What do you want to happen?
I want resolution. I want, I mean, I just want a peace of mind. And if it ain't my son, all hell gonna break loose on this stage. Security! Listen, okay?
Okay.
First of all, the reason why it's my business, because it's my son.
Okay.
Okay?
This is why your
I
son
birthed
not
him.
gonna have a relationship. It's because of you. This is exactly why.
He's not, well, that'll be the best thing that
This
ever
is
happened to
exactly
him.
right.
So,
Yes.
Diamond, are you telling me that?
Yes.
Are you telling me that this interaction between Marianne is doing is affecting your relationship with Chris?
Yes, it is.
In what ways?
Because, like, me and Chris could be sitting there in the crib. We'll be, first of all, I cook all the time because Chris does not know how to cook.
Okay.
That's something his mother should have taught her. But, yeah, so anyways, we could
Well,
be
your
in there.
mama should have taught you how to be a lady in the street.
Oh, I don't be in the streets. That's for 1. For 2, we could be in there laying down, chilling or whatever, watching a movie, whatever the case may be. Here come the mother calling. Let me tell you about this, son. Let me tell you this. And Chris will be sitting on the phone for hours. They talk about nothing. They talk about coffee. What type of ground of coffee she like to drink.
honey,
And what is that? So we gotta
lies
stop.
you tell- how would
no,
you
no, no,
know?
no.
You always on your cell phone
Laying
texting
next to
other
him.
men.
Actually, not texting other men.
Okay.
After
then-
your son done cheated first.
Okay, didn't my
Let's
son
go.
video you talking to your baby daddy?
Yes,
I think that baby daddy
And that's
is
not
the
that's
father
not
of
that's
Christine.
not a problem.
'Cause
That's
she
not a
looks
problem that I
just
can't
like
talk to my other
his
child's
son.
father.
Hold on. So
She
you're
looks
saying
just
you're
like-
saying that Chris cheated first?
Yes, Chris did.
Oh. Did you know
Chris
that?
was, that's
You know
why I
No, I
started
ain't
texting
heard
somebody.
nothing like that.
Yeah, I started
I ain't
texting
heard
somebody,
nothing.
but I never met up with this person. I never had
You're
sex
trying
with this
to
person. It
justify
was just
for you
conversation.
being a
That's all.
Well, there's somebody else that is involved in this. Like you said, your child's father. And I think
Yeah.
I'm ready to meet Chris.
If I'm
and
the
hear what-
grandmother.
Hear what Chris has to say about all of this. So everyone, please welcome Chris to the show. Chris, nice to meet you, man.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. So do you feel like your mother has overstepped her boundaries in this?
Yeah, you know,
Diamond said that you intentionally trapped her with this baby. Did you?
You didn't?
yeah, I
You
intentionally
didn't?
trapped you.
You didn't?
When did you feel trapped? Before or after I was buying the kids clothes?
Or before or after he paid you to screw you.
He didn't pay.
Do you have evidence of Diamond cheating?
Yeah.
Physically
Definitely
cheated?
do.
That I met
Definitely
up and I just had sex. I'm this big ass hoe.
What is it? What is the evidence you have that of her being unfaithful?
do. Well, first of all, let's see.
Conversation.
Her son said we spent the night at Daddy house 2 days
That don't mean I had sex with
after
anybody.
his birthday.
That don't mean I had sex with
The
anybody.
day
not
on his
his son.
birthday.
But if you felt like I had sex with somebody that same exact day, what you did, Chris, when I came home? What you do?
I want to go ahead
But
and
I
take a
got
look
text
at,
messages, though.
I want to take a look
Went through
at
your
what you
phone.
found in
Okay.
Diamond's phone. These are the DMs that you found in her phone?
Sure is.
I bet you won't send me no pics
But
of that pretty thing. When I come up, I'll see I'm going to blank, give you some of this.
The whole she
You always been playing, hope you really coming. You talking about... Okay, hold on. So basically, hold on. So you sent this to another man saying
Yeah,
that.
it was just conversation. He lives all,
But not the conversation talking about you gonna send me we gonna have
and
sex.
I never sent no picture. Show me a picture.
Okay. I
Oh,
understand.
okay.
When was this? How long?
That was in April.
And so you found these texts in her phone, Chris, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Asked him how far
And
he
she
had to
told
go.
me she cheated. She told me she cheated on him before and that
Is
she
that
was
true?
sorry.
No,
and she apologized.
no.
Like you said
Chris
you
broke
slept
up with me.
your baby
Chris
daddy.
broke up with me, and I came and I told Chris myself that I slept with my baby father that time. Didn't I, Chris? Don't lie.
Oh, so hold on.
Oh, okay.
I gotta back up because
She didn't tell me
earlier,
nothing.
earlier
She
when we
did it
talked,
twice.
hold on. Earlier when we talked about behavior, you said yes, I go to my baby father's house because we're just friends.
No, but this is before
Yes,
when I was
thank
staying with
you.
my sister.
But you said that there was just friends. But prior to that, you had a relationship while y'all.
Oh yeah,
had
that's
a
my
kid.
son's father.
But you slept with him.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. But do you understand how that can cause trust issues?
yeah, that could.
Okay then. Chris, you sent a picture of you and her best friend?
Chris sent that to me of him in a hotel with my best friend after he got done screwing her, and they took a picture and sent it to me.
Okay, so let me back up. So, Diamond, you're telling me that you brought proof here of Chris sleeping with your best friend?
Yeah, he took that picture and he sent it to me. He said, because I was a disrespectful hoe, that's what he went and did.
What?
But I never did anything. After this, that's when I started talking to the boy.
Chris, so you slept with her best friend?
It wasn't even like that.
It wasn't like that.
This ain't 4:55 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, it happened, but it didn't happen like that, you know?
So did you sleep with her best friend?
Yes or no? Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you sent your child's mother a photo saying you disrespectful.
And that's what he did.
Well, I mean, technically, that's my ex-girlfriend.
Okay. Are you still communicating? Are you still communicating with her?
I don't communicate with her. I don't. Me and her, it's like a high and by.
So how many times in this relationship have you cheated? And how many times have you cheated?
Oh, Chris was cheating since we got together because his baby mother still stayed downstairs from me. He was downstairs with her almost every day, wasn't he?
So you're both, because I see on here, y'all are both 27 years old.
No, Chris is like 38. I'm 27.
Okay.
Yeah, she's 27.
Chris, how you acting? You 38, almost 40, and you doing this?
She knew I was a polygamist when she got with me.
Okay. Okay, listen. It's one thing about that, but at almost 40, as 40-year-old to almost 40-year-old, how you sending photos like that? Like that's the stuff we did when we were in our 20s and 30s.
Thank you.
Listen, we have the DNA truth right here in this envelope. Marianne, you are questioning if this is your grandchild, so this is your truth to open. So let's find out.
Let's open it. And she
Is there anything you want to say?
Yep, she's gonna apologize to me and my child. As soon as that proves that, Chris, you are the father.
Listen, honey.
Go on ahead.
I already know I'm the father.
Go on ahead.
What's gonna happen is you're gonna walk off this stage screaming and
no,
crying like
go
the rest
ahead.
of these
Open it
women.
up. Go ahead,
That
girlie.
you brought this on yourself.
Open it
okay?
up. What's taking you
Things
so long?
that you've done to my son. You are the laziest woman I ever seen.
You're
you
lazy
run
too.
the streets all the time.
Marianne, let's find out, because that's going to be the thing that's going to give you the clarity.
Yeah.
Because this is really what you want to know. Because if this is not your grandchild, you don't have to deal with her ever again.
Exactly.
But if this is your grandchild, then we
You're
have some
gonna
work
see me
to do.
forever.
If it is.
You ready
Go
for this?
ahead.
This is your truth to open. Are you ready?
Not really.
I'm waiting to hear.
She don't look like my
Could you just open it up?
don't. She really don't.
I know. What does it say, Marianne?
I don't know.
What'd it say, Ma? What'd it say?
What it say? Open it up, Chris.
Oh, my fault. In the case of Christina, Marianne, you are the grandmother.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Like I said, no. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry.
Well, now that we got that out the way.
We're gonna work on this. We're gonna work on this. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I am so
Okay, yeah. Okay. So you got your results.
yeah.
Okay. I just heard what you said. So you said we got to work on this.
Yeah. Working, ain't no working on it. You put us through too much
Exactly.
with this drama, with this DNA.
Yup.
So now you got the results. Like you said, you're gonna take your baby shopping. I want you to take your grandbaby
well,
shopping.
Well,
like you
Marianne,
said
hold on.
you
Well,
was gonna
Marianne, the question is, Marianne was already being a grandmother. That wasn't the question here.
Barely. She better come
Right.
see my baby.
But she, okay.
When the last
But
time
when
she
I
had her?
watch her, what she do? Scream.
That's
Well,
not our
hold on. We
problem.
gotta
Then
back
be
up.
there
Because
more.
now that you have your results, now you understand this is your grandchild. You do understand
Because I'm not doing this anymore.
how the way that you've treated your grandchild and treated your grandchild's mother has been affecting. Is there anything that you want to say about that? Because I get it. You got a mouth on you. You feisty. I understand this isn't your personality. But what I can also tell is that there's a loving woman in there. There's a woman in there that understands the value of being in a child's life, that understands because you raised a son, that you've been there. You understand the importance of family. And now your family is torn apart because of a lot of your behavior.
It is.
So is there anything you want to say to Diamond?
Diamond, I'm sorry. I really am. Truly, from my heart. I do love you. I don't like you, but I love you.
I don't like you either. I don't like you either. but
I do love you. I've always loved you, but I never liked you. Okay? And there's a big difference. You can love a person, but you don't necessarily have to like that person.
But so this is what I want y'all to both understand. In the moment where there could be growth and start healing, anytime you put a caveat of like, I love you, but I don't like you, all you're doing is putting yourself backwards. We understand that there has been tension here. We understand that there have been words said on both parties. We understand there's been disrespect. Of course, there's going to take time for you all to like each other, but that's not a necessary thing to say here.
No. Listen. Sometimes we as parents and when we become grandparents, we do everything we can to protect our children. I had 3 children in the cemetery. Okay? I buried 3 kids. You understand? This is my beloved son. All right? He's been here for me. We all we got.
Okay. Pause. All right, so.
Well,
Grown
we're gonna
man.
pause about before you say that. The reason she's having these type of dialogues about, first of all, thank you for sharing that about your other kids, because it makes me understand more of why this protective behavior is here. Because you've lost children, and so therefore now, and I can't imagine what that's like, now you're always gonna hold on. But what happened, what you did, and this is unfortunate, yes, you have a close relationship with your mother, but one thing as grown men we gotta understand is you have to understand the boundaries of what you share and what you don't share. Because the minute you let your mother into your relationship, of course she's gonna have this reaction. That is your direct fault. You started telling your mother the issues y'all were having, you're arguing. I'm sure you got a friend, a colleague, somebody your own age that you could talk to. Because you have to understand, just because you move on and then you still want to lay up, that doesn't mean she gonna move on.
That's correct.
This is what I'm recommending to y'all. First of all, I appreciate your vulnerability, and I appreciate, can you make a commitment to stop disrespecting her?
Absolutely.
You can make that
So
commitment.
sorry.
You can make that commitment.
Yes.
Now, you as a woman, can you make the commitment to not go tit for tat as well?
Yes, I can.
You can make the commitment.
Yes, I
because
sure can.
especially you two, your relationship and what this little girl is going to see is so important.
Yeah.
So you two making that commitment. Now I'm going to ask for right now, can you stop playing games? Stop doing these things?
I've been stopped doing those things.
Okay. At the end of the day, this has to be a good co-parent situation.
Yes.
Because there's a baby that needs both of y'all, that needs to be in a healthy relationship. And I believe you are a good father.
Oh, he's
I
a
believe
phenomenal
it.
dad.
I believe it. I know it.
To all
I
4 of
know
my
it.
kids.
I know it. I know it. So thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all. You got your answers. I wish y'all the best
Thank
of
you.
luck with co-parenting. I wish you the best of luck with the grandkids. And please take my advice, all right?
I am.
So I started as a professional cuddler a little over a year ago.
You know I don't know what a professional cuddler is.
Yeah, so it tends
Please
to be
explain.
lonely guys who, like, they work a lot, they work so much, they have no time for dating, or, like, maybe they have anxiety, they're, you know, on the spectrum, something where they have some barriers between, like, interpersonal relationships.
Yeah.
So they want a comforting touch. They want someone to hug, they want someone to hold them, they want a personal relationship that they're struggling to get. They don't have time for dating and all that kind of stuff.
And so you cuddle with them.
Yeah, I cuddle with them. I used to travel, and either they would host or I would go to a hotel. But this year I just moved into a townhouse. I have a spare bedroom now that I made the cuddle room. So since August, I've been hosting. They'll come to me a lot of the time. So
I don't want to get too personal, but do you get paid?
it's good money. It's good money. I make $100 an hour.
You make $100 an hour?
$100 an hour, yeah.
So how do you become a cuddler?
Yeah, so there's a website. You just sign up from anywhere on the website, and then you can just set your location. You can even set a second location. Like, there's a lot of girls who travel. When I'm traveling, I'll usually say that I am, and I try to pick up work in other places. It's really nice.
And are there rules for the cuddling? I'm really curious about this. You like?
So the boundaries are, nothing sexual. It's just
So
keep it
nothing sexual.
platonic. No, yeah, even the site is very strict, like no even cuddling in underwear.
You gotta wear
Nothing sexual.
clothes.
You gotta wear clothes.
No, and you can never change. You can't be like someone say, "Hey, I'll pay you a little bit more if you."
Yeah,
like,
no, that's
perfect.
You gotta be pretty firm on your boundaries.
Wow. Okay. And you said you make $100 per hour.
I do, yes.
And how long do you cuddle these? How long do you cuddle them for?
It varies, anywhere from an hour to I've had overnight sessions.
Overnight
Spend the
sessions where you
night,
cuddle?
Yeah.
So like somebody stay there 7 hours.
8 to 12 is the range I give, yeah, for overnight.
So you could be making, because I do math quick when it comes to money. So you could be making anywhere like $60K cuddling?
That's about what I make, yeah.
Wow. $60K cuddling. That is good money.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta ask you this because there are people out there who don't respect boundaries. Do people ask you for sex?
All the time, yeah.
Okay.
It's very common. You have to have firm boundaries or it's not something you should do.
Got it. Okay, so now this guy, Zach, the guy you met, Zach.
I met on Hinge, yeah.
How did you met him
Back
on, okay.
It was back in July, yeah, like I want to say July 1st. It was the very beginning of July.
Oh, so
and,
you've only been together for like 5 months?
It's been a short
short
one. It's
time.
been pretty crazy, though.
How did he find out you were a cuddler then?
It's on my profile. It's listed, and I came out, out the gate, yeah, I cuddle.
Did he
and-
understand what you were doing?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, no,
he did
understood.
understand. And what was your first red flag then?
He never liked my work from the
Okay.
jump. I mean, he always was like, oh, I'm okay with this, and then complained a lot. And then also, I'm non-monogamous, and I was very upfront with that. It's in my dating profile, all that stuff. I really liked something about his, which was that it said that he is open to whatever the person he loves is going to make them happy. That's not true.
Got
he
it.
talks a lot of He's always like, these guys are gross, constantly complaining. He's constantly talking. So like, that's a big argument between us. And from the jump, I've been like, where do you see this going if this is not okay for you? And he's just, he makes up excuses, I guess, for like his feelings. He's like, no, we'll work around it. And it's like, how?
Yeah,
Like, this is how you feel.
You told my producers that Zach ghosted you. What happened?
Well, he didn't go. So he went to jail.
Oh.
That was the big kicker. Yeah, it was right after my birthday. Like, I want to say 3 days after my birthday. We spent a week straight together, and then he suddenly was going to be back that day. He left like a bunch of his personal stuff that I knew he would not just like leave at my house. And then I didn't hear from him for 2 days.
This
and
is
then
in
I
the
found
first week of your relationship?
This was like 2 months in.
2 months in,
Two
okay.
months in.
Uh-huh.
At first I thought he died. I'm searching like obituary, and then I end up looking it up, and there's a booking. He was arrested, and that's when I found out he lied about his age to me. So.
Oh, well, how old did he tell you he was, and how old is he?
So I thought he was honest when we met because his dating profile said 28, which he on day one was like, I'm 34. So I'm like, okay, he came clean right away. That's cool. He's 39.
Oh, wow.
So it was a lie.
Yeah, that's a problem. That is a red flag. So what's your relationship like now? Because remember, they're only 5 months in.
Yeah, no, it's still pretty rocky. When he got out of jail, he kind of just wanted to resume where things left off. He actually thought nothing was wrong. He gets out, and he comes over, and again, he's just acting like nothing's wrong. And I'm like, there's a problem here. And he's like, what? And I'm like, you lied to me.
Yeah.
Did you not think I was going to find that out? As far as I know, like since he's been out, it was just over some old fines or something.
Are you concerned that he might have a drug problem?
Oh, I'm very concerned. Yeah, he offered on his birthday. So when I met him, he confessed right away that he used to have a problem.
Yeah.
And he said he was clean. He was over it. It was done. He then on his birthday, he offered me meth.
What? Okay. There was a lot of things I thought you were going to say. I didn't think you were going to say he offered you meth.
Yeah.
On his birthday?
On his birthday, yeah.
Okay. Let me be clear. So you don't do drugs?
I do not, no.
Okay, so yeah, him offering you meth is not something you would have been like, I want to entertain at all?
No.
So do you want to be in this relationship?
I guess I'm kind of caught with how I feel about things. It's like I have interest. When we're good, I like him a lot as a person. I feel we get along really well. The trust isn't there, of course.
Got it.
And then there's so many red flags. I just don't know where to take things. He honestly harasses me. He'll call me constantly, text me constantly. My thing where it's like, I'd love for this to work or him to stay in my life, but it doesn't seem like he can respect my boundaries.
Yeah.
Because I set a boundary. I'm like, stop talking to me. He doesn't accept it. I set a boundary as well where I was like, I think we should stop hooking up for right now, and he's been pushing me to have sex with him.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ciao. All right, well, listen, Zach turned over his phone to our Unlock the Phone investigator, and you want to know if Zach is communicating with any other women,
Yeah.
if Zach is actively on any dating sites, and if Zach is married with children.
Yeah.
So what's on the line for you?
I don't think I can handle it. I mean, I think at that point it's going to be pretty done.
Okay.
I mean...
Well, we heard Juliet's side of the story, and I think it's time now to hear Zach's side of the story. So everyone, please welcome Zach to the show. Zach, how you doing?
Man, how you doing?
Nice to meet you. Please take a seat for me, sir.
Sure, man.
So, what do you have to say about what you just heard?
Oh, I mean, some of it's true.
What's true?
I mean, well, I got arrested.
Did you lie about your age?
Yeah. But I mean, 80% of people lie about their age at one time on dating apps.
I don't think that's a true statistic.
And I'm not justifying it was okay. See, we weren't looking for anything serious. Once it got serious, then it was time to tell her, but I had lied. So it was like.
But he did.
I literally, I was gonna tell her, and then I went to jail.
So, do you like to cuddle?
I mean, everybody likes to cuddle.
Clearly, $60,000 worth of people like to cuddle. I'm mad at you.
Yeah,
do you have concerns about her job? Do you have concerns about her job? Because she says you made comments.
I mean, look, when I saw her Hinge profile, it said professional cuddler. I thought it was a cute kind of I like to cuddle. I thought it was a joke. I was like, okay, I didn't know that was a thing.
But she said you made comments about it. You made comments.
Oh yeah. Because it's not just cuddling. I mean, it's almost every single person she calls with is constantly pressuring her to have sex. or pay more money to hook up and like.
But it sounds like she's honest about that with you, and she's clear about her boundaries. So why don't you
well,
trust her?
because it's like these are strange people you meet on the internet, like who. I mean, okay, like
you were a strange person. She met on the internet.
Yeah, yes, I was, and look how like poorly that turned out. Like case in point, like I lied. I'm coming from a mess of a situation. Like I'm a recovering addict.
I'm glad you heard that though.
Like I'm responsible for a lot of the mess, but like also just like I'm coming out at a really weird time. Like
got it. Can I ask you this? What do you want this relationship to be?
I don't even know, honestly.
Zach,
You
actually,
reached out.
Juliet told my producers that she's also concerned that you might have a drug problem.
Dude, I've
He got out of
the meth on my
jail?
birthday thing, by the way. Yeah, hold on. So
Yeah.
I'm a recovering heroin addict. I was clean for 10 years until 2019. I lived in Nashville. The girl I was dating, end of 2019, she overdosed and died like right in front of me in our apartment. I didn't even know she was using. So I came back here. It was a really bad time. Like I relapsed, and like when rehab got clean, and this was like 2021. Like I was a mess. Like we were gonna get engaged, and it was just out of nowhere. I had no idea she was. So it was horrible. And to top it off, her family blamed me because while we were together, she had a really bad drinking problem. I made her go to rehab like 4 times, and we were together. She hid it from her family, but she wouldn't hide it from me. So her family just saw she gets with this guy, she suddenly goes to rehab. She never. But anyway, so I got had to come back here. I had to quit my job. Rough time. I've been putting my life back together for the last few years. Yeah, I had a drug problem. The meth thing, I'm prescribed Adderall. I have an ADD diagnosis, and I mean, when I met her,
I hope you're not about to say Adderall and meth are the same.
No. When I met her, the first time we hung out, she was like, I went to a show, I went to Bonnaroo, and like lately I've been kind of like.
Well, I got to back up.
Doing a
Before
lot
we go
of
any more
coke.
down these stories, if you're both concerned that the other person not being honest, why are you staying together? Because it's only 5 months in.
Right. Because I would say, despite how this has gone, there's definitely positive things. Like we have a lot of fun. It's at this point where it's like, is it worth it?
So you want to know some things about her, and so you asked our investigator to look through her phone, and you want to know if Juliet is doing more than cuddling with her clients, if Juliet is communicating with other men, and if she is actively on any dating sites online.
And like, if there's anything like I know, the cuddling thing is like, it seems harmless. I can understand it. Like, it seems harmless, but if there's like the push dark side to it, whatever. But like, you know exactly what you're paying for. You know exactly what you're paying. I'm more concerned about if we're in a relationship, things like sugar daddies and like sugar sites and stuff like that.
Okay, well,
because that's a whole other thing where it's like, what are you paying for? It's informal. It's like.
Well, let's do this. It's time to unlock the phone. Juliet, we unlocked your phone. Oh my God. Actually, Juliet, we did not unlock your phone. You refused to unlock your phone.
Yeah.
Why did you refuse to unlock your phone?
I've been completely open and honest with him this whole time. I didn't think there was a need for that.
Okay. How do you feel about that?
I've never met maybe more honest of a person. But at the same time, the stuff that she does tell me, it's like, it's concerning.
So you're concerned with it? Okay.
Yeah, because there's a thing to it that she said I didn't like it. The thing that's always bothered me about it is there's this feeling sometimes of like, you're treating all your relationships, your jobs to be transactional with people, right? How is it?
He acts like I treat our relationship that way, and I don't.
There are times when I feel like it's like you should just be happy and lucky that I'm even spending time with you because I could be making
It's
money right
already
now.
degrading my work.
Did you
Because
say
he's
she
acting
should be
as if-
happy and luckily you're spending time with her?
I love that she's spending, but like I can feel like, well, you're lucky I'm even spending time with you because I should be making money. I could be making money right now if I was spending time with someone else.
Okay.
I tell
So
him
it's
work
like,
is my priority. Are you paying the bills? I live alone in a 3-bedroom townhouse. Are you paying any of my bills? I have a paid-off car.
You haven't asked me to.
Zach,
We don't live together.
I think I've
You
heard,
don't make the money.
I make the money.
Zach, I've heard how you feel. Well, we also unlocked your phone, Zach. No, we did not. Zach refused as well.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, what I realized is that you both are not being transparent. But we can all see right through this.
I know that you are a cuddler, but it is time to let go of this relationship. There is nothing healthy about this. You've known that. It's been 5 months. For a woman that in her job is so clear about boundaries, about her priorities, it's interesting that you're allowing this relationship to go past your boundaries and not be clear about what you want. Because what this is going to do is just derail your life. This is a man who lied to you from day one about his age. This is a man that continued to lie about other things. This man is going to be destructive to your life. You have been through some trials and tribulations in your life where you have dealt with death and you have not healed from it. You have not healed from the pain that you're dealing with the death. And so I hope that you're able to find some help as well who can help you to grieve and start to figure this out. Because until you start to process these emotions, you're going to continue to find yourself in a pattern that's not going to be healthy for you. And I wish you the best of luck. Stay with us, friends. We will be right back with more.
Karamo, I need your help. I feel like I'm dating a cheating ass whore. 2 weeks ago, I come home from work and she was blacked out drunk. Like some, babe, get away from me. Babe, leave me alone, don't talk to me. And I was just so confused of why she's telling me to get away from her. So I ended up just taking her phone, and when I ended up going through her phone, I ended up seeing a ass video, and it just changed everything. And I took her whole phone for a whole entire week, and during that time, I tried to investigate. And I was looking real deep and digging, and I could not find nothing at all. And I was just wondering why I could not find it. So I contact you for help. So now let's unlock this girl phone so I can really find out the truth.
All right, well, we're unlocking Cameron's phone to see what's really going on. We'll meet Derek shortly, but let's start with Cameron and hear her side of the story. So everyone, welcome Cameron to the show. Okay, Cameron, I gotta ask you, first of all, what was the video he saw?
It was something a little sexual.
Okay, what was it in sexual nature?
Like a little bit of sucking.
Sucking what?
It was just sucking my toes.
Who was sucking your toes?
Somebody that, ain't relevant for real. It's somebody I really don't even know like that.
So you just letting some random dude suck your toes?
Okay, so
I'm just trying to get the details, girl.
No, it's a story behind it.
Okay, tell me the story.
Derek was leaving the house. This when he first got back from Chicago. He was living with me.
Okay.
So he was leaving out because he be in Grand Rapids too. So he was leaving out, and then I'm like, why you keep leaving? Like, he leave every day and come back at nighttime. I'm like, your curfew at 12, so make sure you just be at home before 12. So
you gave him a curfew?
Yeah, I gave him a curfew straight on deck. If you live near my house, you gonna have a curfew. So he used to go out, so I'm like, one day, I'm like, shoot, I'm finna go out with my friend. So we went out, and this dude, she was with a dude, but she know him, but I don't know him like that. And we got drunk, we was having fun, had a little ball or whatever, but I know I gotta be in, because if I'm giving him a curfew, I'm gonna be in before 12 too. So we dropped her off, and he was bringing me home. But before he brought me home, he stopped somewhere and was like, let me do this and this and that to you. I'm like, nah, I'm okay. Like, I have a boyfriend. But he kept begging me, and then I'm already drunk, so I'm just like, eat my toe. So I'm like, you wanna do something? So then he was so confident on eating my toe. So like my toenails wasn't even done or nothing. Like, talking about chipped and all. So he still decided to lick it.
Yeah.
So I recorded him, and I kept it in my phone.
Because you was gonna play him later? Because it was like you liked it? What was it? Why you recorded it? You was gonna show it off to your girlfriend and be like, look what this stupid fool did?
No, I'm about to tell you. Let me get to it.
Okay.
Right? So when we get there, I was drunk. Like, I was so drunk at this point, y'all.
Yeah.
I keep it $150 in all my relationships, so that's what I expect Derek to do at all times. So as soon as I stepped up in the crib, he like, where you was at? I showed him the video. That's where I was at.
So you was actually trying to get him back because you feel like he been out doing his thing.
Yeah.
So you want to say, this what I just did. Is that what you was doing?
Kinda, because I don't trust him, but it was more so of, I don't want you to find out no other way, so I'm just gonna tell you myself straight up.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you this. Have you ever dipped your toe into cheating before?
Dip my toe into cheating is crazy.
Girl, you know what?
That's insane. You know, I thought of it. I thought of it, but
You said no. You ain't do it. You ain't never do it.
I ain't gonna say I never cheated. Yeah.
Oh, so you have?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
But it was because I didn't trust him.
Y'all been together for 12 months.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, that's a cute little photo. I mean, y'all attractive couple, but I mean, y'all do some ugly things to each other, but.
Yeah.
Listen, you want to know if Derek has any dating apps on his phone, if Derek has any DMs with other women in his phone, and if Derek has any inappropriate texts between him and any other women.
Yes.
Those are your main concerns. Okay, well, let's hear Derek's side of the story. So everyone, please welcome Derek to the show. How you doing, Derek?
How you doing?
Good, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you also.
Nice to meet you, yeah. So why did you decide to stay together after seeing that video?
After seeing that video, with her coming to me and actually apologizing and everything after that, one thing I do believe in relationships, when you actually love someone, I believe in chances. It's always like if you really love someone, you will really change for a person. So I felt like when she came to me and actually was speaking all these things and apologizing and kissing all up on me and trying to show me that she's actually sorry, I never, being cheated on or anything, I never received that. Like a person actually showing me that they're sorry. So for that, I just felt like we had a chance. We could make something work.
Did you keep her phone for a week?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you do with it while you had it?
I was just going through it, seeing if I'll see any type of messages that pop up or anything like that, something that would be unexpected for me.
Did you see anything on the phone when you had it for a week?
Actually, during that time, no. But later, because you talking about the toe part and everything, that was not the first thing that I seen. She didn't come to me and show me her sucking her toe. What happened was...
Or him sucking her toe.
Yeah, him sucking her toes. That was not what happened. She came to me, showed me the phone, and it was the guy. That's how it was.
Hold on. So you didn't mention that. So the guy in the car that you showed was giving you oral sex?
Yeah.
And your toes?
Yeah.
Don't leave out what happened after that.
And then what happened after that?
Nothing. So what you talk about?
What happened?
I called it STD.
Okay. Because you also want to unlock her phone.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to know if Cameron has any dating apps on her phone, if Cameron has any inappropriate photos on her phone, and if Cameron has any inappropriate texts on her phone with any other men, and if Cameron has anything suspicious on her phone at all, period.
Yeah.
I got a clear baseline of where y'all at as young 20-year-olds. I got a very clear understanding. But you did come here for unlocking the phones, so it's time to unlock the phone. All right. Derek, we unlocked your phone first. All right. Cameron wants to know if Derek has any dating apps on his phone. Derek, you said you do not. My Unlock the Phone investigator searched your apps and found that Derek is not telling the truth.
Dating apps?
He has Snapchat and IG on his phone.
My Snapchat was deleted.
Okay.
I have Instagram. I just don't use
don't
Instagram.
use it.
Got it. But you don't
I
not
don't
allow
care.
it. Okay. You don't care about Instagram. Okay. Cameron, you want to know if Derek has any DMs with other women in his phone, and Derek says he does not. My Unlock the Phone investigator searched his DMs and found that Derek is not telling the truth. He has one DM exchange with a woman named Kay 2 days ago at 9:46 p.m. talking about hooking up.
Okay, that's her.
Oh, so y'all DM each other, talking about hooking up?
What?
This is 2 days ago at 9:46 p.m., so you'll be able to search your things. We'll be able to show it to you backstage who this is.
Yeah.
So do y'all DM each other?
Like
Yeah,
when
when
we're
he at
away.
each other
work.
if
Like
y'all
when
break
he
it.
when he at work.
Okay,
We
through social
text.
media.
Yeah.
Listen, we find everything, so we don't know who it is. We find it all. All right, Cameron, you want to know if Derek has any inappropriate text between him and any other woman. Derek says he does not. My Unlock the Phone investigator searched his text and found that Derek is not telling the truth. He has 2 deleted texts between him and, I guess, your ex. Okay.
His baby mama.
Okay. Okay. Can I see it? Can I see what's going on here? Okay, let me see what's happening right now. Okay, so I guess this is the child that you all just had. I'll send more. I'm just tired because of the sleep and I'm in pain. You keep her away from me. You kept her from seeing me. I understand your frustration, and you stopped sharing your location with her.
Why do she got your location?
She had my location when we before we came out here. I sent all my locations
Why?
to everyone.
No, why?
There's no reason I shouldn't have done it.
It's just like you got her Facebook in your phone.
I don't have her on Facebook in my
You
phone.
do. Yeah, that's how I caught you cheating.
You went through my phone. You went through my messages. You went through my
recently?
messages.
He just recently
This
turned
is
off
August. Yeah, this is August.
Yeah.
in August.
Yes.
That when I turned off my location.
You stopped sharing the location with your ex at 6:45 a.m. the day you traveled here.
I was confused. Yeah.
So that's when they stopped sharing the location.
Yeah. But
I gotta ask you, why do you have an issue with him showing his location with his child's mother?
Because why do she need your location? I don't get it.
Because she has my children.
She has your children, but do you have your children? She has your children. You don't got your children. She needs to know where you at for. That's not your bitch.
You're right.
I don't even got your location.
Stop that. Let's stop that because you did have my location. I had your location. You had my location, but we got into it and you blocked me.
That don't make sense. That don't make sense. Why she got your location? I don't say.
So I heard the
it.
real issue. The real issue is that you felt like you didn't have the location.
Yeah, basically. But
she can always have my location.
I get it. I understand. I hear the real issue there. All right. Well, listen. You now know what was in his phone. Cameron, we unlocked your phone. Derek, you want to know if Cameron has any dating apps on her phone. Cameron says she does not. My Unlock the Phone investigator searched her apps and found that Cameron is telling the truth. You want to know if Cameron has any inappropriate photos in her phone. Cameron says she does not. My Unlock the Phone investigator searched her photos and found that Cameron is telling the truth. This is obviously outside what you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Derek wants to know if Cameron has any inappropriate texts between her and any other men. Cameron says she does not. My Unlock the Phone investigator searched her texts and found that Cameron is telling the truth.
That's crazy.
Derek, you want to know if Cameron has anything suspicious on her phone? Cameron says she does not. My Unlock the Phone investigator searched her phone and found that Cameron is not telling the truth with that one. So what we found suspicious is that Cameron went on a dating site looking for older men and added 6 of those contacts to her phone. You know the site?
I don't know what the hell that is. That's cap. That's cap. Why would I want? Why
you
would
like
I want
older men?
No, just because my baby daddy old don't mean nothing.
You said they spend money.
They do, but it's not about that. Why would I go on a dating site when I could just go on Facebook? That's where all the at. Why would I go on a dating site?
Well, these have all been added to your phone. So this is not something that we Capta made up. You went on Meet Seniors Elite Dating.
I didn't even know what that is.
So does someone else have your phone?
Him, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, but other than that, no. I'm
Okay.
not gonna lie. No.
I'm gonna start with you. I understand that you have a lot of insecurities because you have went through a lot of bad relationships with men. So what you're doing to protect yourself is creating these controlling boundaries, like you gotta be home at 12, you gotta be in this, you gotta share your location, you gotta do this. And all it's doing is just keeping you trapped in a cycle where instead of getting what you deserve and getting healthier, you're just finding men who are gonna keep doing that to you so you can keep finding it that's gonna cause the toxic behavior.
Right, you're right. That makes sense.
Why are you scared to take a moment with yourself? What do you think is going to happen is if you don't have any relationships? Because listen, you're a young woman.
I'm just scared of being alone for real. Like,
I get that.
I'm really scared of being alone. I don't want to be alone because I feel like I ain't got nobody.
Got it.
But I do have a kid, but when she's not with me, I feel like extremely alone.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just keep on getting in relationships. I don't know why. But I'm looking for love in the wrong places.
Yeah.
But
But
you
know the place is to look for that?
Where?
It's with yourself. It takes time.
but you're 23 and you could actually get there because you're not 20, 30 years into a pattern yet. Now with you, you are dealing with a lot. 27, 2 kids. I actually believe that you want to be the best man for her. And so that's where this is like kind of like keeping y'all on this side of the toxic cycle, because you see the quality that it can have in it, but then y'all are still triggering each other. And the reason y'all are triggering each other is because now that y'all have healed from what it is that got y'all here in the first place. The fact that y'all said that y'all are pushing to each other, where y'all are now getting aggressive, you're getting yourself back in a cycle that you didn't need to be in with somebody who wasn't like that before. And you're taking yourself down a whole new path because you can't deal with your emotions. Where now this might become a pattern where now I can't deal with my emotions. You in front of my face, let me push you.
Right.
You end up in jail, you end up dead.
Yeah.
So it's time to stop fixing your phones and start fixing yourselves. Okay? At the end of the day, this is not going to get better. The only way is if y'all took some time apart, healed yourself, did what I tell you to do, think about the things you love about yourself, figure out how to be with yourself and give yourself those things, and then maybe in a year come back together. That's the only way I could possibly see this. But right now, it's not going to work. But again, if you're willing to take my advice here, I will make sure that when we talk to you backstage, we'll give you some of those resources so you can figure out how to start to help yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, y'all can be 30 and be so happy and healthy. I promise y'all. What I'm trying to give y'all is the first step on how to love yourself and how to grow. Yeah. Y'all got it?
Yes.
I really wish y'all the best of luck, sincerely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
you're welcome.
you.
All right, yeah, appreciate y'all. So let's just start with it. You said you got receipts, sir.
Well, what I got here is GPS.
Let me see.
GPS deals. She gave me access to her thing.
Okay.
And it's got places where she's spent hours.
I see the time. So she told you she's going to be at different
And
locations?
she's never been to these places before, if you ask her.
Okay.
She doesn't.
But you see from this that she has been there.
Yeah.
And these are up until recent, of August of this year?
Yeah.
These
they're
are really
pretty
recent. Okay.
And then I have some pictures
Okay.
of clothing with some semen on them.
Okay. So. Okay.
It's what I believe. She says it's snot.
And this is hers? These are her clothing?
Yeah, yeah.
And this has been put on her clothing?
Yeah.
Okay, so well, listen, the audience at home can't see this, but in-studio reaction tells you everything you need to know, by the way. How long have you two been together?
4 years.
4 years you've been together. Okay. And this is tearing you apart right now.
I'm shocked by that.
Got it. I understand that. I understand that. So when did your suspicions start?
About a month ago, I believe it was.
A month ago.
When I was house sitting
Here you go.
her house, because she had to take a trip.
Okay. And that's when you started finding things.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeff, well, you told our Unlock the Phone investigator that you wanted to know if Cassie is on any dating apps, where Cassie has been going, and if Cassie is communicating with any other men.
Right.
Okay. And if you find out any of that is happening, are you going to leave her?
Well, we're probably, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, I think it's time to meet Cassie and hear her side of the story. So everyone, please welcome Cassie to the show. Hi, Cassie.
Hi.
I got to ask you, how do you feel about what you just heard?
Oh, I can't even begin how much it is BS.
Okay.
Some of it. I have it proof, and I gave him a 30-day written notice to leave my house because he wouldn't quit. I mean, I talked to him about cheating time and time again over the last years. Oh yeah, I have it. I've had it in writing for a long time.
Okay.
3 years ago, when we were in the middle of making love, and I had my hands up over my head, you know, and I felt paper between the mattresses. I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Well, we finished up, and before I was leaving, and he went outside, I went and I found that piece of paper, and it was a thick letter, and I took it with me. It wasn't right, but I took it, and I didn't say nothing to him. So I was headed home. As soon as I got home, I read it, and he had been doing everything I've been thinking he had been doing. He just wouldn't admit to it. And
So
she sounded like what I would be talking. It was proof, and so I confronted
Oh, so
him.
it was a letter from another woman that
From
you found?
another woman. Oh, yeah.
Is
Saying
that
how
true?
that he would
That's
be with
true.
me and then
It is
hours
true.
later be with her.
Oh, wow. So
Same
you would
day.
go back and forth between them?
No.
Is this year one of you rekindling your
No,
relationship?
we were supposed to be exclusive for about 5 years now, and for a year he's been living with us. But in the middle of that time, he moved back to go for a job.
Yeah.
And so he went and got his own apartment. And I'd ask him time and time again, are you cheating? I feel like there's somebody else. I feel like, because he's very sexual. He's got a huge libido.
So what do you think of Jeff's evidence? Because he's saying that he found these, has GPS of you saying that you went to these places. He has these clothes that have what looks like semen on them.
Yep.
Like, so.
Well, I can refute the clothes easily. There should be videos on his phone as well of me taking the light that you need to use to show whether it's from sperm or pee or whatever the case may be. And no glowing, not to mention the fact 2 of those things I've only tried on once because my somebody I worked with gave me the clothes.
Yeah.
I've never even wore the skirts because I don't like how they look on me. I've tried them on and that's it.
Yes.
I've never ever done anything. I've never been with anybody else but him. I didn't need to be. That was enough.
So he said something about 11 hours. Where were you for 11 hours, though?
I wasn't. I live in a very rural location, which is only 5 cell towers for like a 100-mile radius. I drive by that location, and it pings it.
You're saying that the GPS is pinging these towers
as you go
home.
Oh, yeah, there's studies about it, in fact. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's part of it. And another part of it is my daughter and 4 of her friends all use my same Google Music account. And so therefore, they all can be pinged as me out there in the world using my location. And so
it tells on the phone what phones are on that account right there, and it was only hers and mine.
Okay. So in your thing, it's because it's cell towers and your daughters use the phone.
Well, that's the truth and where I live at. Because I don't have any.
So can I ask you for the record, have you ever cheated on Jeff?
No, never.
Never.
I've never cheated on any man. I don't do that. I'm loyal.
Okay, then. So,
I was with him this whole time knowing that he had this potential since we were kids. I've known him for a long time. And I thought, honestly, I was special enough to change him. And so that's where it was at. And the sex is rocking, and everything was great. I just thought that he would get what he was needing and never had, and we'd live happily ever after is what I wanted. The 2 of us together, we rock. And if he could just believe in that, but he just won't. He'd just rather turn on me instead. So I feel like he's projecting is what he's doing.
Are you projecting? I asked you earlier, have you ever cheated on her?
Yes, I have.
You have in the beginning?
Yeah.
In the beginning?
Yeah.
But since that time in the beginning when she found the letter, has there been any other time that you cheated on her?
No.
Oh, that. Why would I have
She'll
given
say-
you a 30-day notice to leave if you hadn't?
Oh,
been?
because I was talking with ex-girlfriend,
They'll
or I
find,
go by
they'll find
and see one.
snapshots on the phones. You'll see.
Snapshots.
Of him talking to him, dating sites, hookup sites. Oh, it wasn't real, but it sure sounded real. My lady goes to work at 10 in the morning. I would love to help you out. And on top of it, the 3 things I asked him to stop doing after giving him a 30-day notice, I wanted him to just straighten up and go forward from there. But 2 days later is when he started accusing me of doing all this stuff instead. He never, ever did anything. And then who does he move back in with? His ex. And he's trying to tell me today he lives on the couch.
So you moved in with your ex? Nothing is happening?
No, nothing.
No.
Nothing
When
at
I met
all.
him, I thought she was his roommate and he had his own room. No, he slept in her bed with her, and that's when I found out they were actually together, not just roommates.
Is that true?
I slept in her bed, but doesn't mean we were doing anything.
Come on now. He
weren't.
lied to me so much I can't even tell you.
So my producer said that he told you about a guy friend, but when you went through his phone, you realized it was actually a woman.
Yes, she's like, hey, I got myself a new toy. Why don't we come over and finish what we started?
Well, listen, I think there's no better time to unlock the phone.
You'll see.
Cassie, we unlocked your phone. Okay.
All right.
Here we go. Jeffrey, you want to know if Cassie is on any dating apps. Cassie says she is not. My Unlock the Phone investigator searched her apps and found that she is telling the truth. Jeffrey, you want to know where Cassie has been going. Cassie says to work. My Unlock the Phone investigator searched her GPS and found that she is telling the truth.
So all those are just
pings.
It's programs.
Pings.
Pings.
They're pings. They're pings.
Wow.
So
I was
what
a
we did
computer
is
support tech, I
we
know.
looked at the radius of where you're at and found that you're telling the truth. There's only a few amount of
I
cell
have a really
towers,
boring life,
and
actually.
it pings off several times and bounces your ping back and forth.
I told you I had, and I just found this report and told him I could prove it to him, and he still don't want to believe me.
Well, we can tell you we proved it as well, so
Thank
you
you.
have it there.
Finally.
Jeffrey wants to know if Cassie is communicating with any other men. Cassie says she is not. My Unlock the Phone investigator searched her DMs and found she's telling the truth. I will tell you this. When looking through your phone, we did found a lot of evidence that most of your activity from your phone does come from your daughters.
Yep.
Yeah. So most of the things you see on her phone is from her daughters.
Thank you.
How do you feel about that? She's not doing anything.
You have no idea the weight lifted off my shoulders that I can prove something to him.
Yeah. We searched deleted and not, and that's how we also saw that there was things that her daughters used majority of her phone. There's nothing in there that could even make us even suspect that she's doing anything.
I only talked to 4 people.
Phone. She has another
Period.
phone.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, I know, huh?
Jeff, we unlocked your phone.
Yeah.
Do you have enough of a card there to show?
Cassie, you want to know if Jeffrey is communicating with other women in his DMs. Jeffrey says he is not. My Unlock the Phone investigator searched his DMs and found he is not telling the truth. My investigator found 97 DMs to other women.
How long is that time?
Can I see the evidence bag that has this in it?
Because he said that since we've been split up, it's been nobody.
Okay, yeah, so let's see what they found.
No, I told you I've been on dating sites, but I've never, ever
Okay, so
hooked up with anyone.
here are some. You look amazing. Where are you from? Thanks. Are you single? About single, how old are you? These are ones asking for sex. Talking about your penis.
It's a nice one, that's why.
Well, here we go. Cassie, you want to know if Jeffrey is on any dating apps. Jeffrey says he's not. My Unlock the Phone investigator searched his apps and found he is not telling the truth. We found the Match.com app on his phone, but also found 11 other dating sites he visited on Wednesday, including dating.com and .com.
He likes the boobies. I got those, see?
You had 20, I didn't even know that was a thing. You had 20 messages on dating.com, and you had 93 messages on .com.
He likes those. You know, that's like, I came equipped.
Yeah. So, did you know that he was communicating with women on these dating sites?
No, at this point, nothing will surprise me, and I was hopeful that he hadn't been because I'm stupid. I have hope. I still have hope.
Up. We've been broke up for like 3 months.
Okay. But you're saying you want her back.
Mid-July to August.
And she's telling you that the cheating is one of the things that caused insecurity and caused the break. So if you're trying to get her back, why would you still be on the sites?
Oh.
And why would you move in with your ex instead of somewhere else?
Well, Cassie, I'll tell you this. You also want to know if Jeffrey is communicating with any of his ex via text. Jeffrey says he is not. I'm going to Unlock the Phone investigator searched his text and found, with that one, he's actually telling the truth.
Except for he lives with one of them. Except for he lives with one.
He lives with one.
And his ex-wife just sent him a text yesterday.
Now, I will tell you this. Unfortunately, we couldn't find any evidence of him communicating and saying things like, I love the sex we had last night or anything to confirm that. So I'm not sure if he's having sex.
There isn't any going on.
From some of the conversations where you are talking about your manhood, where you're showing things, it seems like you were aggressively trying to get sex. Were you? Because it's time to put it out there. If you really want this woman back and you want to prove it to her, I think this is the reason we unlock phones here, so that you can start the first step to transparency.
Right.
So if you really, do you want this woman back?
Yeah.
So let's be transparent now. Tell her, were you trying to find sex?
No. Those dating site things, they don't ever go anywhere. At least not for me.
But
they never
you're
have.
trying to find it.
Correct.
So if one of them said, from your logic, if one of them said, yeah, let's do it, let's meet up right now, would you go? The answer is yes. Your answer is yes.
Sure.
But she's saying to you right now that that is what's breaking you. You think maybe you owe her an apology for it?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for falsely accusing you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Do you believe that you could be faithful to her?
Yep.
Not alone. I think he needs some help.
Okay. If she was open to you two having arrangements where you all were able to play together and enjoy your sex life, is that something you'd want?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if he was open to having that conversation with you off camera, would you be willing to have that conversation?
Yeah, I mean, as sad as it is, I would.
That does not sound sad. Because I think sometimes as we get older, we get locked into different ways we assume. But like, if you really love somebody and you're saying that you love sex, you have a high libido, maybe there's new conversations that could be had. And I think that sometimes as men, you've been saying, there's a fear of like, let me open up sexually. But what you don't realize is that when you can open up honestly about what you're feeling, that's actually going to be more a turn on to her. Because now, am I lying?
No,
Because
no,
now-
that's what I told him. I wanted our intimacy to grow elsewhere, and then I was thinking the sex would go to the side and everything would be perfect.
You see, so I'm giving you a tip here. The more you can be honest about what you're feeling versus doing it on the side and being on your computer and chatting with these girls, the more you can say to her like, oh my gosh, I've had this desire. I'm thinking of this. Include her. And I don't mean nothing obsessive because she don't want to hear about this 24/7, okay?
Right.
And I know that as men, sometimes we can get obsessive in that lane.
Right.
But when she's talking to you, open up about it. Talk to her about it. And then she's saying right now she's willing to have a conversation about what sex can look like going forward. Talk to your woman. Say, are you willing to have that conversation?
So you're willing to have that conversation?
You know I am, yes. Absolutely. I don't want to give up on you. Believe me, I wish I could, but I can't. I just cannot, for some reason, give up on him because I know that he's got so much potential, so many skills, and God gave him more talent, more things than most people get, to start this world with. He just needs to believe it, and he don't believe in himself. And I know it's coming from a place that he didn't mean to happen. He's had a lot of trauma in his life.
Yeah.
He just needs some help to guide it, and I thought I was special enough to make that happen. Well, I can't be a psychologist and his girlfriend, evidently. And
well, that's why I'm glad you came here. She's telling you she loves you. I see how it's making you emotional.
Right.
So I encourage you to be honest with her. Also, you do need to move out your ex's house.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, because you have a good woman here. Can you make those commitments to her?
Yes.
I just gave you a big pass, brother. I hope you take it. I hope you take it. You hear me? You hear me? All right. And you're a great woman.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So your boyfriend Noah has doubts about your baby.
I'm not gonna keep playing with him. He need to get it together because I told him, I made the baby, you made the baby, you gonna step up. And he need to get it together.
You're 21 years old. This your first child?
Yes.
This your first child?
Yes.
How has it been?
It's a journey. Oh my gosh.
I can imagine.
She's a handful.
So does Noel contribute financially?
That boy is broke, okay? I be trying to help him out get a job. He need to get it together. Step up, but he want to go skating and some other.
Okay. And how old is he?
22.
Okay. So y'all both babies. I understand why he want to skate, but also if he got a child, I understand he need to step it up.
Yes.
I get it. So how would you describe your relationship with Noel?
On a deeper level, I love him. He's the one for me. That's the one I want to build a future with.
Okay.
On a practical level, it's toxic, it's on and off. I'm not gonna keep doing it. He need to stop. He need to get a job. Otherwise, I'm gonna leave him because I'm tired of it.
So you're leaning more towards your practical side?
I'm leaning more towards my deeper side. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah, okay. Do you two live together?
Yes,
How long have you lived together?
forever.
Forever. And so does he live with you or do you live with him? Do you have a place together?
He live with me.
Okay, he lives with you. Okay, then. And my producers told me that Noel once ghosted you for 11 hours. Explain what happened.
Oh my gosh. So we went to church together, right, y'all? Tell me why this man decided that he was gonna go out and skate with some bitch in Dallas. Not answer the calls, text, none of that. Blocked my best friend's number as well after I text him off of her.
So was he being romantic with this girl or was it just like I'm skating? But either way.
He said he was just skating, but I don't like bitches, no way.
Hold on, so what made you insecure about that? Did he have a history of cheating?
Yeah,
Okay, so that makes sense.
texting sexually, but I cheated on him first, honestly, because I was in high school.
When you were in high school?
Yeah,
Okay,
I was a
then.
kid, so what?
Did he forgive you?
Yes,
Yeah, he forgave you?
yes,
And so then, if he was texting sexually, I guess you couldn't forgive him because he continued on?
yeah, I forgave him, but he keeps doing it, and I'm gonna slap him.
Okay. How often do you and Noel break up? Because I feel like y'all probably go back and forth.
It's on and off, y'all. I'm so sick of it, but I love this man. That's why I'm not going nowhere.
There's like a 20-year-old, 21-year-old in there, and then there's also like this, I don't know what other age. Y'all see the two different personalities? Y'all see them both? Okay. So is there a possibility, and I gotta ask this, that someone else could be your daughter's father?
Whew, gosh, yes, y'all. Oh my gosh.
There is a possibility.
So embarrassing, but yes, there is a possibility. Because in that timeline, you know, I was with someone else when he was with someone else, and we were broken up at the time part.
So this is the timeline. So August, you and Noel were together. September 5th, you slept with a mystery man.
Yep.
September 7th, you slept with Noel.
Yep.
September 4th, slept with the mystery man. So you were going in between these two guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then.
Yeah, I was a hoe. Shut up. Don't do it.
I don't know if I want to label you a hoe. I mean, you're a young woman. You're deciding what you want to do. You're learning yourself sexually. I mean,
Yeah.
you get permission to do that. You know what I mean? And it sounds for me that because you're very upfront, it sounds like you were being very honest with them.
Oh, I am.
See? So, like, I mean, if you're being upfront and you're young, you get to do with your body what you want to do with your body.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're not going to label you a hoe right now. We're not going to label you a hoe. Because also the reason I'm not going to label you a hoe and I don't want you labeling yourself a hoe is because you have a daughter now. And I want you to make sure that you're understanding how to call what you call yourself and what you will allow to be called.
In the past, I was a hoe.
Okay, yeah, but
now I'm a mother.
Good.
And I got my together.
Good,
He needs to get his together.
Good. So we see this timeline. So does the other mystery man know that he could potentially be the father?
Yeah, he could potentially be the father.
And why don't you want him?
That man wants to do polygamy with me. I don't even like that.
What's polygamy?
He wants 2 other women plus me.
Oh, got it. Got it, okay.
I don't share nothing. Nothing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What's mine is mine. I'm not sharing you.
So you're not into polygamous relationships?
You need to stop that.
Okay, then.
Shut that down right now.
I understand that. Okay, then. Does Noel know about this timeline?
Yes.
And so was Noel around for your pregnancy?
No, this man was locked up.
Oh, he was locked up?
Yes.
So what do you want the DNA results to be?
Believe it or not, I want it to be Noel. And don't say, ooh, because I don't care. I love him. That's who I want to spend the rest of my life with. Get over it.
Well, I think it's time to hear Noel's side of this story. So everyone, please welcome Noel to the show. Hey, Noel.
How you doing?
How you doing? Nice to meet you. So how do you feel about what you just heard?
It's the truth.
It's the truth.
The reason why I'm having struggle even finding a job is because I still got to get my ID because I was stupid by giving my ID to a phone company. Me not having a job, okay, it's my fault.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's not an excuse. You need to get it together. You need to step
But
up.
you don't get it.
No, you need to step up. That's what you need to do.
Oh, I'm gonna step up just so you know that.
Eventually, when? Let me know.
Today.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
It
guess
better
what?
be today.
Man, because guess what? At the end of the day, you gotta understand the things that you do and the things that you say to me ain't even really about a lot of things.
Okay, you do the same thing to me. When you want to come at me like that? Really? You
Yeah.
want to come at me like that? Okay, that's
I'm not
you.
even trying to come
That's
at you
all
sideways, but
But
it's
you
not
did.
even on me because guess what? Who was the one that decided to come back to you after you cheated on me the first time? And I gave you a second chance. And I had a job at the time. You didn't have nothing. When we first got to that, you didn't have a car. You didn't have an apartment. We lived with our parents, right?
Okay, yeah, we did. But now I'm on my okay, so don't come for me.
But you might be on your
I
at the
am,
same time
and I'm
you
still
leaving
taking care of
jobs.
You
still
personally.
leaving. No,
Yeah,
but you
I am.
still leaving jobs though, right?
Okay, I need some more money. Don't be coming at me like that.
Of course, everybody needs more
I need
money.
more making more money.
And to be honest with you, I have a job, but it's more like a side hustle.
We need to get a permanent job.
But guess what? The money that I make with that is always spending on her or her daughter.
So he is supporting you?
Sometimes he supports me.
I'm doing the best I can.
But he need to get an actual job because I've been paying everything by myself, and I mean everything.
So you all are living together?
Yes.
And how do you feel about the relationship?
So it's an on and off.
Uh-huh.
It's more like when we argue, it's something about something small. I get the fact that you want me home, but it's just, I didn't have a childhood. My childhood was more like, I was in juvie for 2 years, and it just sucked because like me being 15 years old, getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Me being around the wrong crowds.
Yeah.
Me still feeling like a child inside, even though I'm a grown-ass man. And I do need to get my together. I'm a man up to that. But at the same time, she got to understand, whenever she was a hoe in high school.
Don't be shocked. You called yourself that.
And
we
you
had
even
the
said it
lesson.
before I
You
came
had
out.
the
So
lesson.
I want to listen to that.
You never.
We had the lesson. Don't be shocked.
But at
Don't
the
act
same
surprised. Tell me.
At the
Come on.
same time,
I just.
I love her to death. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm the one that changed her to make her the way she is today.
Okay.
Regardless if she cheated on me at the very, very beginning, I've been trying to make with her since day one.
Okay. So I'm gonna teach you something man to man, and this is a way so that you don't start picking up toxic habits. When you're able to support a woman you love, you didn't make her, you were supporting her, and that's what it's
That
hard
part,
to
that
do.
part.
So I don't want you to ever use language about I made her the woman she is. Because you should be honored for the support you gave her, especially if y'all were growing together. But when you grow up and you start thinking, I made a woman that way, it can become toxic. So just a little less of man to man,
He
all
did
right?
change me, y'all.
Yeah, y'all,
I did change
y'all,
for the
y'all
better.
supporting each other in growth.
Yeah.
Just like right now, even though it gets misguided sometimes, you're trying to tell him, I need you to step up and be better with the job. I get it, I hear it. So you say Nyla keeps you on house arrest? Explain.
It feels like it because she treats me like she's my mom. Like I can't go nowhere. Even if I were to ask her somewhere, she'd be like, nah, you have to stay home. You have to do this and do that. And I'm a clean freak.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's priorities, first of all.
That's
you
priorities.
Have
You don't even
priorities
clean
need to
yourself
do.
half the time.
Hey, don't be coming for me, because I do clean. I do
Oh,
clean.
so you clean
but
your
I
panties,
work
right?
mostly. Boy, I will slap out of you. Do not play with me.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and find out whose child this is.
There's my best friend. Do her.
No, because if your best friend gonna do the same thing you were just doing, I don't want to talk to your best friend. Because let me tell you what the problem is for me is that there's a child here, and the thing is, you got this character that's going on where one moment I see a mother that's actually drowning and trying to figure out as a young mother, and the next minute I see this caricature of yourself, and I don't know which one to trust. So though they're here for entertainment, I'm here for you. And so if I can't get a read on your personality, this doesn't help me. I'm getting a read on your personality. You've come from a home and a broken life where you don't understand what's going on. You're trying, you're also young, you're misguided, but at the end of the day, you want a relationship. You want to be better. I see it. I can get a read on you. Look at me. You're a mother now. And so all of this games, you can play it all you want right now, but all of this is not going to help you be better. And that's just the reality of it. That's the reality of it. So though somebody else might find this amusing, I don't. I don't. Because at the end of the day, and I can tell you're intelligent. I've heard some of the things you said. There's an intelligence in there. I also know there's hard working because I hear you saying, I'm trying to work and still raise the baby. So you have all these amazing qualities that for some reason you're trying to overshadow with this behavior. And I don't know why. Let's get to this so that we can help you to figure out where you're at in your life. Because at the end of the day, you showed me a timeline. And again, I gave you grace. You're allowed to do what you want with your body. But you also need to have answers because right now you're not clear who the father of your child is.
No, I'm not.
And that's an issue. So here we got the DNA truth right here. Are you ready for this? That's your baby. Okay. This is your truth right here. You ready? Because you're the one in the question.
Yes, sir.
This is your truth to open, not mine.
Nyla, I want to say something real quick. If I find out she's not mine, I still want to stay with you, but at the same time, you got to change your attitude.
Well, let's figure out if this is your child or
So,
not.
Elijah is not your biological daughter.
Okay. You knew this. You're hurt. You're hurt. I know. So again, like I said before, we can play all the games and do all this, but you two are two young people, and this is real for both of y'all. I know you're hurt. I know you're hurt. And I know you're hurt too. What's going on in your head? What's going on in your head? For both of you. There you go. There you go. So the other gentleman that you know, that it sounds like because of whatever it was, you don't want him to be the father. Yeah. Noel, you said before that if these results came back that you weren't the father, you'd still be there.
I want to be, but she got to change that, bro. She got to change her ways. And I'm going to change my ways. It's like, I need to.
I hear you. Let me tell you what the beauty of this situation is, and I appreciate this. I appreciate both of you being silent and present in this moment and understanding there's something greater, but also, he's saying that he'll still be here for you. He's saying he'll be there for you and your daughter. Do you want to hold him? Do you want to talk to him?
I just need to be left alone right now. I need to think.
I get it. I understand. I know this is hard right now, but I promise you it will work out. But I think the biggest lesson here that y'all have learned is that life is coming at y'all real and fast. And some time for some things to change. All right? Okay?
Come here. I'm sorry. Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I know that hurt.
It's just.
I know. I know.
I don't even know what to say right now.
I know. It hurt.
Like, she put me through so much, and I still wanted to be on her side.
Yeah. But this is why I want to talk to you. I appreciate you wanting to step up as a young man and say I can be there, but this relationship is toxic. And if you want to support her, it's okay to support her as a friend, but you don't have to get yourself intertwined, and you have an opportunity to grow.
Of course.
So if you want to be there to support her as a friend, I think that's very noble. But I think this is a good way for you to start to, those emotional attachments you have, start to realize it's time for those bonds to break.
For me to find out she's not even mine, it's like, right.
So.
But at the same time, honestly, I'm actually glad that I'm not happy that she's not, but I'm glad that I don't have a kid, because at the same time, I can grow.
You're not ready.
I'm not.
You're not ready.
I am ready to be a dad, but I'm not ready at this moment.
Exactly. I'm glad that you're starting to click now. So make right decisions in this. Don't keep yourself trapped in something. Make smart decisions and do the work to keep growing, okay? I wish you the best of luck, seriously, all right, man?
Wish you the best of luck, all right? It's gonna work out.